Hello, my dear Anastasia. Let's get to this relationship reading, which I know you have been anxiously waiting for. So, let's start by breaking down what this is we're looking at. You guys were born separately as your own radio receivers, and on the day that you were born, this energy was put into you, and his energy was put into him. Not exactly this one because this is a composite, but a composite is the energy frequencies that are created when you two merge together, and it's created this chart, which is the blueprint for your relationship and who you are and what you're meant to develop together. So I'm going to start with the two biggest points of this chart, and then I'm just going to sort of work around the energy of this so you can understand what the purpose is of you and Wesley. So the main 2 points that I like to look at here are the ascendant and the north node. I don't know if you noticed this already, but your ascendant is in Cancer and your north node is in fourth, the house of Cancer. So, immediately, what this says to me is this is a house. This is a house. This is a chart about family. That is what Cancer is about. It's about home, comfort, connections. And I'm actually going to do you one better and pull up exactly what the degree is for that. Now, with you having this north node in the house of Cancer, in the sign of a Libra, you came to be a partnership and to sort of create your own balance, your own home together. You are absolutely family. So, what exactly does the degree, what is the path that you are coming to take as family? I'm typing that into my phone right now because the degrees all have meanings. So, this means for both of you guys. Remember, this energy of this chart is collective you together, um, what you two create, the music, if you will. Refined, intelligent, and dual character, gifted for war and music, one is driven by noble ideas and the sense of justice. Innate talents may be the source of conceit. One is an excellent serviceman, woman, or virtuoso musician. I'm fucking stuff all up. But unless the natal chart otherwise indicates, one is neither a strategist nor creator. One's behavior often shifts from gentleness to coldness, from playfulness to seriousness, which does not further communication. This is the path of this relationship. This is where it's starting and could possibly be where it ends if the 12th house isn't taken care of. So, what is the area? What is the potential undoing? Let's get to the hardest part of this chart because the 12th house is all about things that can make this not come together the way it's supposed to and make you have to come back again. Lilith and Gemini being here, this means things that you don't say to each other, words that you feel that you express in a possibly hateful way, or using words to dominate one another, using words to hurt one another, or withhold. With this Chiron and Cancer here, there's the wound in how you care for another, a wound in the nurturing that needs to be addressed as well. And currently, with the North Node going over all of this is being triggered for you guys. The need to develop your words and to learn how to connect to one another. And that is actually going to go into you guys learning how to connect to a certain group of people, learning and to connect to a group of writers, possibly people who speak, people who talk, just getting out into the eye of the world and finding your tribe, making your wishes and dreams come together through writing or through words or using your voice also with this over here. But I'm going to go through the chart this way here instead of that way. But I thought it was important for me to hit the hardest part of this chart for you because it came to be family. It came to work it out and to find ways to easy your communication, to further your communication with ease. So with your rising being Cancer and the leader of the first house, this means you guys appear to be family, comforting, mom and dad energy here. But there's some Leo here also, which means that you're known as entertainers, performers, creatives, the fashionable couple. This leads to the second house of the natural gifts that you have in this relationship and what you guys really mutually value. With that being in the sign of Leo and you actually having your lunar return, that means the emotional basis of the relationship is being set for the month of November right now. Um, this is entertainers, this is performers, this is artists, this is speakers, dancers, people who inspire other people. This is heavy muse energy, but at the end of this, with this Virgo here, this means you guys, there's a bit of healer, a bit of writer, a bit of the ability to use your experiences to be of service to other as your natural gift through your creativity with this here. So this third house of how you connect to your community, how you connect to other people with your mind. This is for your neighbors, younger siblings, people in the areas that y'all have to deal with on a regular basis. You are meant to be doing something that is of service. You're meant to be known as of service, and this is where you will multiply locally. Maybe people know you by your words. Maybe people know you as healers or people that go out there and help other people get their lives together with this sort of energy going on here. And this could come through the fact that you're meant to be using your own creativity as a way to connect to people. And this leads to the fact that you have Libra here, which is also a little bit of artistry, artistic energy here. Balance. Are you activist? Do you speak out? You guys try to help other people. Are you interested in politics? Or this could just be as simple as you being interested in art and connected to other artists, other literary geniuses, and those sort of things here. And that leads to the tone of your home, which is especially important for you guys with it being the ruler of your chart and the fourth house here. Right now, this means that any money that you're making with Venus transiting here, any money that you're making will be from home or through this partnership at home. Right now, even possibly through something legal could be a possibility as well. But right now, this is also where your mind is. Um, Wanting to find balance, wanting to maintain balance right now, trying to figure out the process of how this connects to your purpose, because your purpose with this North Node and fourth is to come from being seen as pioneers or entertainers, people doing something new and out of the box, because you can't discount this Taurus energy over here, and I already know what you do. Um, Coming from that to this point of being at home and enjoying your home after you've been out into the world and did the thing. So, with this going on here right now, you're trying to figure out how to make this happen, how to go out into the world in order to bring balance in your home. And that's through the partnership, the way that you're achieving that. And this is really energy about you um, writing out your ideas, thinking, getting your imagination as a team, as a partnership out into the open. And the issue that I'm seeing here is this Scorpio energy in the house, which can lead to secrets, control issues, possessiveness, just seedy behavior. And that leads to your fifth house. Now, the fifth house for the relationship for you guys, which is where the sun is highlighting right now, shining on all of what is going on here. That's where transformation needs to happen in your communication. This connects back to the way you speak, because this is the house of how you guys sort of uniquely express yourselves, but it's like it's a duo. That's what needs to change, because there are some things left unsaid here. There are some things that are like secrets and just held back. And that was always meant to be until after 28 with this going on here, with this Saturn in this position. Um, that stunted me for a minute with the Saturn. And there is possibly a karmic child, possibly a karmic relationship, because the vertex is here as well. Something about this was a restriction on the freedom that you guys needed to have in your self-expression in order for you to have a harmonious relationship. There are some things that need to be said, that the maturity needs to be gained in order to be said, in order to move you towards the goal of your career house, which is independent, seen for your own unique traits in the eye of the world, because of this Aries intent, but I'll get there. So the sixth house for your relationship is all about day-to-day activities, what it takes for you to maintain mind, body. Uranus is the planet of radical change, which is owned by Aquarius. You have that in Sagittarius and six. This means that the radical change you need to make has to do with you living somewhere outside of where you came from, you moving, you appealing to people outside of the people that you already know here. And that's when you'll realize there's a business here. And I see Neptune is on top of this. So there might have been some fog over what you guys were initially supposed to do as a business, where you have to look at the 12th house, which is owned by Pisces. So it's something with words, something with caring, something with nurturing, family and words, working with those energies once again in order to find out what you are doing to develop your legacy, because Capricorn is all about developing your legacy. And that is what has been going on for you guys during the last 2 years. Anything that's held up your money or anything like that is because Saturn, the planet of restriction, along with Pluto, the planet of transformation, have been going through your money house, but also through your marriage house. There's supposed to be some reconstruction in this partnership here. Now, Saturn is going to come up off of this Capricorn energy in December and move into Aquarius, which means that there's no longer going to be a restriction on the finances that you're making through your partnership. The energy of Pluto, which is transformation, and Jupiter, which is expansion, will be working on making your partnership increase. And this is also the house of contracts. This means any contracts that you get for yourself as a duo or as a team, but also the public eye would be multiplying during this time. Once the energy of your career goes into marketing online, goes into working with the team, because that's what Saturn is about, binding you to something in order for you to sort of fulfill the needs of the 10th house. Now, with you guys having the mix of Capricorn and Aquarius energy here, this means that this might be a relationship that starts off that might be financially beneficial for both, or something more teamwork based, but also it's a friendship energy here. So it'll go back and forth between those two of those being a relationship that is very friendly, or one that could be cold at times. That's the overall tone for the partnership in general. And it leads back to you guys working on this family energy here, this Chiron, this lack of warmth that needs to be worked out, and this energy of learning how to separate words and feelings, or to merge them into a way that you're not hurting anybody with them. So now with your eighth house, which is the house of sex, death, taxes, other people's money, and all the seedy stuff in the world, you guys like the variety, the spice of life. You require the variety and spice of life, but also you require a deep connection, which is probably best developed through like tantra and trying things that connect you emotionally to remove layers of trauma that came from your individual experiences. But you also need excitement in this relationship for you guys. You need change, and you guys need to try things like meditating together. Push your envelope a little, because there's so many things in here that are secretive that have to be worked through because of the tone of this relationship. It's definitely a family. Now, this house of your beliefs is where the most of your energy in this relationship. You guys are pushing each other's spiritual boundaries, your martyr boundaries, because this is Pisces energy here. The ninth house is all about universities, higher education, like professors and things like that. So that's teacher student energy there, but also expanding your boundaries beyond what you knew growing up, your belief system, your religious beliefs. This is about what you think about other people and other culture. This is where the passion, the mind, and the ability to make money is in this relationship. And this is also the symbol of music. So music or across seas, um, music about spirituality, but also really getting out in there and finding what you guys believe, which is where Neptune, the planet, is transiting right now. So karmically right now, you are learning what you need to learn about foreign lands, about you're being inspired by things outside of yourself, by things happening in the world, and you really need to utilize that energy best right now. Um, by writing, because this is connecting to that. This connects to what you need to do of service, what you need to do to earn money. At this time, you need to be writing out your feelings, writing what is streaming to you guys. And I'm saying that particularly because I know you work in music. Just sing it out, thug it out at this point with this energy going on here. Now, your MC, which is the peak of the chart for this relationship, is in being independent. You guys like your space, you like being who you are. Um, that is where the sun, the identity of this relationship is, that you are a team, but you are also very individual. And that's how you will be seen to the world, but also as musicians, possibly because of this Taurus energy over here, as people who use their voice, people into banking, people into weed, wine, sort of hedonistic could also be a thing. This is where the wound is currently going through. So any feelings you have about your individual identity as a couple, or if you're feeling too individual, um, that's also where the passion and the drive is currently in retrograde. So any ideas you have about the way that you guys appear to the world right now are building up inside, because it's important for you guys to have a relationship outlet. And you guys have to have your words as your outlet, or working through that, not having so much secret energy around feelings and self-expression in this relationship. This Taurus energy leads to the 11th house, which is your wishes and dreams, the groups you belong to, your tribes, um, what you want to do, who you want to connect with, and your fans. That is where radical change is happening right now. Now I need to make sure, like, is this going this way? This is going this way. I'm always so confused on that sometimes, because sometimes it goes this way. All right, so this one, just forgive me for a second because it throws me off. The North Node runs backwards. So this one, all right. So with Uranus and Taurus going through your 10th house, this means that your reputation is changing. Maybe you guys went through some job changes over the course of the last few years, but this planet is going through here over the course of the next 6 years. This is changing the groups of people you belong to a group of musicians, could be hedonists, people into weed, people into wine, bankers. This is aristocrat energy. Your groups of friends and the people that you belong to are going to be changing during that time. And then you'll get into a group of intellects, a group of people who are the great thinkers, writers, the minds, the speakers. So things are about to be changing as far as what groups you guys belong to and how y'all are networking, definitely. Now, keep in mind the North Node runs backwards. This is the developer of the chart right now. Y'all are working on communication, like I said in the beginning. But now the communication is going to lean over next year into you guys starting to get into the groups. So this is a patch for you guys. You're going through some isolation, trying to figure out what you need to work on in a relationship. And it's your big people words, guys. Thank you so much for this opportunity, Anastacia.